Colorado Cottage Food Laws. And if you're looking to start a home-based food business in Colorado, you definitely want to watch this video from beginning to end. We're going to run down what their Colorado Cottage Food Laws Act is and give you everything you need to know for what type of foods, where you can sell it, from labeling and everything else in between. So welcome to Cottage Foods Laws. In this video, we are all about cottage food businesses and home-based food entrepreneurs like you. Every single state we will have here on our channel, and additional marketing, packaging, and all kinds of great tips and pointers to operate and run your business, from collecting tax to making a profit. So the inception of Colorado's Cottage Food Act actually dates back to 2012, with subsequent revisions we had actually in 2013 through 2016, which can explore further historical context. That in 2016, the amendment actually went from the SB 16058 bill, which introduced a noteworthy expansion by including all non-potentially hazardous foods as well, including pickled items, into the approved category, and also opened the door for interstate internet sales, which was actually interesting as well. Presently, actually, the law mandates that producers are limited exclusively to direct sales without requiring any licensing from the health department, or nevertheless, prospective producers are obligated to undergo a training program, though, before they embark on selling through Cottage Foods. So let's get into some specifics as to what you can sell and where you can do that. We're going to start with the selling venues. So the actual places where you can sell the products in Colorado. Local events are allowed. Most of these are like public events, fairs, festivals, those types of events. Online, your products can be purchased online, actually, but they do need to either be delivered in person or picked up by the customer. Also, you can't sell to someone in another state, which was kind of interesting as well. Farmers markets, which are local state certified farmers markets, you can sell at roadside stands, and of course from your home. Now, some of the services that are allowed: delivery, home pickup, and mail order. That's also allowed. Now, prohibited places, you can't sell your product to restaurants or retail stores. There's only a few cottage food laws in certain states, actually in the U.S., that allow that. But if you're producing a food product from home in Colorado, you have to sell it from your home or as from you to the customer. Restaurants or retail stores, and catering and wholesale. Unfortunately, catering and wholesale are not allowed as well. Now, you do have to have a sign that says this product was produced in a home kitchen that is not subject to state licensing or inspection. This product is not intended for resale. That is something you have to put if you are doing like a farmer's market or a local event on the table or wherever you're selling from, to let customers know that is a homemade food product. Now, let's go into the list of what you can sell. Now, baked goods with alcohol, you're allowed, of course, because alcohol will bake off during the process. You can make cakes, which is gigantic. The cake business, home-based cakes, is a big, big business. You can definitely sell whatever kind of cake you want from there. Next up on the list of what you can sell are rolls, cookies, tortillas, brownies, muffins, and biscuits, sweetbreads, and of course, scones. Now, candies. You can do candy brittles, which are like peanut brittles, cashew brittles, and such. There's a huge variety. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to tell you what this list is. But from this list, you can create a huge variation of different types of candies and different products from this list. Cotton candy, chocolate, fudge, honey, pickles, vinegars, cereals, dried vegetables, spices, and seasonings. That is one that I talk a lot about on my other channel here on YouTube, my other channel called Marketing Food Online. You definitely want to check that out. That actually has over 1,000 videos, and a lot of them are home-based videos. And we have about 130,000 subscribers. You definitely want to look at that. You can also sell coffee beans, herbs, tea leaves. Now, you cannot brew tea or brew coffee. A lot of questions we get from our other channel, people ask, hey, can I make brewed coffee at home or make bottled tea? Actually, no. That has to be done in a commercial kitchen or some type of commercial setting. It's not something that's allowed from home. Dried fruit and mixes. Fermented foods, that's actually something that is very interesting, because fermented foods, things like sauerkrauts and other type of kimchi and such, that is something that's not allowed in almost every other state. That's something Colorado does allow. Whole eggs, if you want to as well. Pies, empanadas, and tamales. Now, this would include ones that are fruit-filled. Keep that in mind. You cannot do meat. Other pastries would be fine as long as they don't have cheeses or meats in them. Remember, these types of products from Cottage Foods are something that are not time or temperature sensitive, so you want to keep that in mind. Applesauce, jams, jellies, marmalades, fruit butters, and preserves and chutneys. Caramel corn, which is a hugely profitable business, by the way. Popcorn, another, again, very profitable. You can do that from home. Granola, chocolate-covered items, crackers and pretzels, nuts and seeds. Now, here's a short list, though, of some items that are prohibited. Perishable baked goods. Now, these would be obviously ones that have to be kept in refrigerators or have to be consumed immediately. So those are time or temperature sensitive. Salsas, mustards, kombucha, meat jerkies, sauces, juices, and ketchup. So keep that in mind. If you're doing these items, definitely not something. Now, something unique about the sales. How much, Damien, can I sell for my home in Colorado? Now, it's limited to $10,000 per product. Now, although the producer can make no more than $10,000 of net revenue per year from a product variations are considered different. So, like I mentioned before, let's say it was cookies. If you can come up with 30 different cookies, well, then you can take 30 and multiply that times 10,000, and you can sell $10,000 of each flavor of those cookies. That is pretty insane. That's a lot of money. So one thing that's limited also is direct sales only. So all your sales, of course, must be directly to your customer, the end user. They basically can't be resold or sold wholesale, as we mentioned. Interstate sales, you can't ship it or sell it over state lines. And the sales limit, make sure you stay within that $10,000 revenue per product, which is per flavor. All right, let's get into some of the legalities. Now, when it comes to food handlers course, you must take a food handlers training course, which can be doing online, about $15, I believe it is. And it's, I think, a couple hours worth of your time. If you prefer to take a course in person, Colorado State University Extension Food Safety Works program, they have classes which you can actually go and attend if you want to do that as well. Now, business license. Double check with the city or county that you are going to be operating in to see if they specifically require a business license. Some cottage food states within the cities and counties do not. Florida is actually one that's a good example. Florida doesn't have any type of licensing or permitting or inspections. You simply can open up your business if you'd like. Sales tax. Now, you are not required to collect sales tax, but you may be required to collect local sales tax to see if you apply for that. Double check with the city and county as well and see what the tax rate might be. Let's dive into the labeling. Now, if you're selling food from home in Colorado, you want to keep this in mind that you need to have certain things on the label that are required. Number one, your business address. That's going to be your home address. Where you're making the product is considered your business. Business name. Now, this is not the name of the product. I'll get to that in a minute. But business name, if it's Sarah's Cake Company, that is your business name. That needs to be on your label. Date produced. So if you make it on January 20th, 2023, then you need to make sure it states January 20th, 2023. The date that it's made is the date you need to put on there. Now, ingredients must be listed from the highest weight to the lowest. As an example, let's say a cake. Flour is predominantly the first ingredient in a cake, so that would be the first ingredient on your list, and then all the way down to the most minimally used. Okay? Phone number. It needs to have a phone number on the label. Yes, some people don't like to do that, but unfortunately you have to. Product name. Now, this again is not the name of the business. This would be like a vanilla cream cake, let's say. And if it's Sarah's Cake Business, that's the name of the business. Make sure your product name is different than your business. And lastly, the statement. As I mentioned before, you got to have that on your label, something to the effect that this product was produced in a home kitchen that is not inspected or subject to a state license or inspection. And it may also process common food allergens such as tree nuts, peanuts, eggs, soy, wheat, milk, and fish. Now, this product is not intended for resale. Basically, that needs to be on your label. So there you have a pretty good rundown of what you can do, how you can sell it, and how much you can sell. That's Colorado State's cottage food laws. If you have questions about Colorado, let us know down below. Also, check the links in the description, guys. We have a ton of other food entrepreneur channels here, even food truck channels. So if you know someone in your family or friends who are looking to start a food truck business, you definitely want to check that out as well. I will see you guys on our next video.